Hey, what's up, y'all? Dan the Man here with my buddy Tavis. We're going to get into some specific stuff. We went out into the desert today and had a couple of Sedona videos, and it was too airy-fairy. But I wanted to actually pick your brain. Maybe I'll get inspired too to share some stuff. But we've both been working in the healing for a while, and we just want to make a video that's with the intention to help out because you get a lot of requests for help. I get tons of requests for help, and so we're going to do that today. What's really going on, Tavis, at the level of, we want to look at a few different levels here. Let's look at the level of the physicality. We're both raw foodists. We love that. We want to look at the level of the heart, and we want to look at the level of the mind, which creates the spirit, a fair way to say, when all of those areas are purified.
Yeah.
So we're working on purity. Well, what's the quickest and fastest? Well, not necessarily the quickest and the fastest. Let's say, what's the best, most long-term success as far as, let's work on purification of the body first. What would someone do right now? They have a disease. Their doctor said, you have such and such disease. What's the first step they need to take?
Ooh, that's, yeah, I mean, that's so personalized. It's hard to give just one answer to that. But obviously, the first step is to stop creating obstructions. To stop creating, dis-ease. So you have to stop before you can turn around.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the first step for everybody, and then depending on how far down the road of dis-ease you've gone is what the next second step depends on. So if you've gone so far as to create a 4-stage cancer for yourself, then you have to take the second step with a little more care than if you just took yourself far enough and you're maybe 18 years old and you've created a situation where your body's run down and you have like adrenal fatigue or you have some kind of issue like that, then you can, your second step can be a little bit more drastic.
Right.
Yeah, so it depends on but one thing is very for sure and clear, and that's to stop going in the direction you're going. That's
right. As far as diet, lifestyle, relationship habits, going in the wrong direction, like going by your mind, like I should, or this is what we've always done, or grandpa worked there, dad worked there, now I work here, even though it's killing you. You may need to be prepared to stop living your life the way that you are.
Yeah.
And make some changes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're in a disease state, step number one is be prepared for the necessary changes that are going to need to take place in order for you to create environment and circumstances that are going to allow you to create a healthier lifestyle, healthier habits, healthier environment. So that's very good. Everyone should know that you work very specifically, and your style is, I'm more in general, like, hey, drink juice, get a massage, hit the rebounder, without knowing so much about people, just start getting healthier. But you really work more specifically finding people's blockages, and then you design very specific protocols. So, but it's nice to have you speaking with me here, just in some general terms, because that information that you just shared, to stop, and it's like I tell everybody, quit killing yourself if you want to get healthy. And we just don't know what we're doing. We think that these processed foods, or like, oh no, I eat yogurt for my bacteria, healthy bacteria, and all this or whatever, and they just don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So now we stop, and we realize we need to make some changes. What we're doing isn't working. We just got diagnosed, or we're just burned out, or we're tired, or we get diabetes, or all the things that come up in the titles. It's like we put a disease description title on it, but it's really just obstruction to the flow of life energy. So, and let's do the diet thing real quick too. Like, you love raw foods. What are some of the most cleansing foods?
The most cleansing foods? What are the most cleansing foods?
Some of your favorites.
You know what? There is general, of course, but that depends on also like what part of your body you're targeting. So like there's like you have greens that are filled with chlorophyll, so those are a master eliminator for the blood. And then you have like your herbs, and you have like your specific minerals, etc., that also cleanse their own parts of your body and different organs. So the most powerful cleansers are going to be different according to what part of your body you're trying to cleanse. But obviously the most powerful cleansers in general, just for an overall body chemistry, are your cleanest, most mineralized waters straight from the earth, and your heirloom varieties of fruits, that are seeded and that are matured to their ripeness, and your and then from there, the greens are as well very purifying and cleansing, but not just greens in general, like your lettuces and your kales that you get from the grocery store, but more your ancient, more original greens, like your phytoplanktons, and your deeper, denser greens that you find.
More wild.
Yeah, more wild.
Dandelions and nettles.
Sure. So that's the kind of thing that, when you just say, greens are purifying, and then, I meet a lot of people that, they go shopping at Walmart or their, local grocery store, and they buy all the greens, and they think they're doing a cleanse, but you know what, that's not good enough, and you should want to take it to the next step, because you're worth it. We're like human beings, and this chemistry can function and it can work so incredibly profound that if everybody knew, we experience what we experience in our health right now, if everybody could taste that and feel that, every single person would want that. But if you haven't experienced it, then you think you're doing yourself a favor by just buying your basic greens from the store, and you're doing a general cleanse with your romaine lettuces and your basic conventional kales and things like that, and you think you're doing yourself a service. But it's worth it to seek out the next step, to seek the most profound way of experiencing health through the best ingredients and taking it to the more wild, crafted type, original plants.
Quality.
Super quality,
As high quality as you can,
Yeah.
the macadamia nuts down here,
Yeah.
or just the powdered greens, or the wild plants, or the locally grown. Anything you can do, sort of saying, to move into a direction of organic, locally grown.
Yeah.
In other words, really just seek out quality in your healing of the foods. Get the best quality, spend the money.
Spend the money there, not somewhere else,
At the hospital on the $8 Q-tip.
Yeah, there's nothing that can replace feeling harmony in your body, in your chemistry, so that you have stillness, tranquility, energy, vitality. There's nothing.
Because then you can make more money, and you just attract it to you. So there's that disparity there. It's like, I can't afford it. Well, you can't afford not to, is the way I look at it.
Yeah.
You need to take care of your body so that you can, create more abundance when you're all hobbled because you thought that way in the first place. I can't afford it. I'm going to go to Walmart, and it's better than probably going and getting a burger at McDonald's. So I want to make sure that people are encouraged. If Walmart's the only store you got in your town, eat that lettuce, but then do what we're doing here and start looking out is there some farmer around in the summertime, or can you go out and harvest wild dandelions and throw those in your juice? Because that's going to have that heirloom power, that vitality that's going to connect you to the earth and kind of wake up a lot of parts of your being that the Walmart lettuce isn't going to do that.
Yeah. As far, I wanted, I kind of stopped myself from saying, as far as the master cleanser, so to speak, of what are the best cleansers. Of course, where I stand with the tonics, creating the tonics to create a detoxifying effect. But, those are something that it depends on where you are, you know. The general fruits can take you to a place where you can go deeper with the tonics. You can start basic with those. And the tonics, if you don't know what they are, it's, you know, basic tonics, taking cayenne, ginger, lemon, turmeric, and creating a detoxifier through that. And then working with, you know, like your original salts and your other powdered greens, like you're talking about with chlorella, spirulina, to take it a little deeper, you know. So, you know, that's something that I really believe in, what I use. But it also depends, like, again, where you stand, where you are currently.
But suffice to say, your water-based tonics, the water itself, the hydration is got to be key. A high-quality water. I drink the best water. I go up here and get this spring water.
Yeah.
And if I don't have that, I'm going to drink the best purified bottled water.
Yeah.
And, you know, that way you're going to get the cellular hydration. The hydration is key, and that's why your tonics work so well. You're bringing in those medicinal plants, but you're also flushing the body with large amounts of water for the hydration.
Right. That's another big thing that a lot of people that I talk to, that I deal with, try to cut a corner on is the water. You know, if they live in the city, they will a lot of times try to get a cheap, larger quantity of water, and they're compromising the quality. So that's just a place you don't really want to be going in. You really want to get the best quality and try to figure out how you can do that. Your water is the foundation of your life and your health, along with air and stuff like this. So that's just something you want to put first. You don't want to compromise on that. Compromise on everything else for your family before you compromise on the things that are the foundation for you. Your energy,
fresh air, pure water, wholesome, you know, nutrient-dense foods.
Super
Find a way.
Yeah.
Whenever, I've always had this little thought that, you know, when you seek it out, you know, and you intend to do something good for yourself, then the universe is going to come rushing to your aid, and God will be there, and He will make a way. If you have that faith, you know, and you just press ahead like, I am going to get well, I'm going to get the best water, I'm going to get the best foods, and you'll find out when you make that decision and you're firm about it, and you get rid of the fear thoughts, then it really, the abundance does come in that way, because it wants, the universe is good, it is love, it is abundance, you know, and only we can say with our mind, I can't afford that. That's the excuse me, the last statement you ever want to make.
Yeah, it's true. That's something you don't want to have in your vocabulary, is I can't afford this or that, because that you do have power over your circumstances in your life according to your attitude and how you portray yourself, and how you what you put out there has an effect on how the surroundings of your life you know, respond to you. So that's just the truth, you know, for sure. If
Your words, your thoughts.
Your thoughts, your feeling.
Yes.
If you feel like you can't afford something, or you know, this is something that you might not, you know, your viewers might think is a little bit too wishy-washy, but it's something to at least experiment with. Try to be more positive. Try to be in a place of affirming and you know, reaching for those things you might think are unattainable for you, and just put a little more effort into reaching the things that you want but you think you can't have.
When we think we can't have them because of some kind of unconscious programming, we're not worthy. And if we really knew our true worth.
Yeah, that's a big part of it, recognizing what you are and where you come from as you're a being that is valuable beyond measure, and everything that is in your environment is there to help you to reach a goal, which in our case, in this third dimensional place where we live called Earth, you know, we're here to experience, or we are here with the ability to experience one or the other. We're here to, we have the ability to experience suffering, conflict, disease, or harmony, and equilibrium. So those things are all here, and they're
harmony is here, and discord is here.
all in one breath. The difference is in one breath. A lot of it has to do with perception, perception and views, and And then you have the material things such as foods and material that we take in our body that has an effect on our organism. But a lot of our diseases come from our perception and our perspective and our viewpoints on life.
Very true. I've been learning that lately very clearly.
Yeah.
Very clearly. But I had to go down this path in order to get to where I am now, to realize that what I've been trying to detox is like old feelings and old response mechanisms. And that is what is keeping me, it'll shut me down if I go into those places. So being aware recently through more fasting and more awareness and more self-honesty and more commitment to being there with reality without the escape of all the myriad of escapes. You know, I've come to a place where I know that you can take the food so far, and it's amazing because once you have your body working, you have a lot of energy, and then you can do that inner work of releasing, observing, and walking through fear is basically where it seems like a lot of the shame and the guilt and the grief, the unconscious guilt and everything, it just comes out of fear. And then you can label all those other sensations, but we just want to continue on. I mean, I've said it a million times, but the love is in there. It's what you are. It's just that the mind gets programmed, you know, and then there's all these response mechanisms, programmings, and perceptions, which we do have a lot of control over and power. And so we want to just plant those seeds that you can choose to look at things differently and find out why you might have ended up here in this place overweight or with a disease condition, and then you start the process of working with the physical body, and then we can move on to the heart. And how can, I know you work with a lot of people that probably have broken hearts, that have been, just gave up, a kind of hopelessness, and have real heart issues. What are some of the ways, now that we've talked about cleansing with the food and stuff, which I go over a million times, but what do we do now to really help to purify our hearts, to bring our hearts back to love? Because love is what heals. You know that. When you're healing someone with your work, and I'm healing myself or helping other people, it is the love. That love is the on position, and it's the fear that's the opposition. It's almost that simple, right? In a certain way. Love is life, fear is death. Is that a fair enough? So that, because I like to simplify. I'm running out of battery juice here, but let's go until it runs out.
I believe and have my experience is that to heal our feeling body, our heart, it really comes down to the ability to forgive all things, to forgive yourself and to forgive others, and sometimes forgive our Creator, because sometimes we blame our longings and our desperation and our problematic areas and times on our Creator. So sometimes we have to even go as far as forgiving our Creator, and that might sound strange, but forgiveness on every level has to be reached if we want to have full surrender and be able to experience the place of peace and tranquility. So
Forgiveness.
yeah, that's what it comes down
Of
to.
our anthropomorphic projection of a God up there who's doing all this. So it's really you're forgiving your own perception of what you view God is, because if we really knew God, it'd blow us out of the water and we'd bust up into a billion stardusts and we'd be blinded by the brightness of 1,000 suns, man.
Yeah, I feel it's just it's really forgiving your projection that you have created, you know, and forgiving the illusion, because what you're forgiving really isn't sometimes isn't really, you know, it is a lot of times just forgiving the projection that we create and project onto our external environment and project onto our own self of what we have not done or have done. And so forgiveness is
We are innocent.
is the cure, yeah.
We are innocent. We are innocent and we are out of battery juice. So I want to say a proper goodbye. The last video just cut us off in the desert. This one is good material. So we're talking about hydration, raw foods, get the body cleaned up. Let the heart be a forgiving heart. Forgive yourself and just realize your innocence. And then maybe we can get together again soon and we can talk about how to keep the mind focused on positive. But we'll leave the seed planted there at that. Use your mind to create and don't let the vision go. Hold the vision of health and beauty and happiness through the process of releasing the obstructions to the flow of the divine energy that is within you and all of us and everything. So thanks, Tavis. It's such a pleasure, bro. I know that's going to help, my friend. I'll put this one up on the inside.
Okay. It's good to see you all.
Peace be with you. We love you very much. Is that true?
Very much.
All right, guys. Peace. Look forward to the next time we get a chance to connect. Love you.